Alright, so I am back, and today we're going to go over some things at the Toyfair. This has been requested a few times. Now, Toyfair is not my big cup of tea, because, you get a whole bunch of Hasbro reveals, and then a whole bunch of other toy line reviews, which is great. It's awesome. But I collect Transformers. I dabble a little bit into the Star Wars Black Series. I wouldn't even call myself a collector in that because I keep losing interest in them. Because it's like, oh, do I want the Darth Vader? He's $50. Nah. And the same goes with the Marvel Legends, where it's like I've got a number of Marvel Legends, but I'm not going to spend over retail for a figure. And hell, sometimes it's like, oh, $20 for this one. I don't know. So that's my disclaimer right there. It's not, Toyfair is not my big, huge, like, this is the one thing I look forward to all year. I'm more excited about San Diego Comic-Con, when that comes around, because that has the big reveals, and the show exclusives, and TFCon, just because that's just more fun. It's just more fun than all these other ones. So anyway, so let's see. We saw a kid's lodge. Oh, real quick, I also want to show off. This is my repainted iGear Beachcomber. I painted it myself. And I left all the joints the same original blue and just did an ink wash over them. So, yay! Beachcomber. And with this, I don't have to buy the X Transbot one. Not that I would anyway. So I'm gonna start getting some more of the iGear guys and start repainting them. I started working on Cosmos, but I didn't have the right color green, so I just kind of left them in pieces. So yeah. Anyway, all right. So Kids Logic Debbie. He looks really good. If you're into that sort of thing, I'm not. So. Moving on. There's a Batman the Animated Series line. And while some of it I like a lot because they're doing the Batman the Animated Series, and then there's other figures that they're doing from the Batman and Superman animated show where the animation changed drastically. I like the original animation so much more than I like the New Adventures or whatever, or the Batman Superman show. So I like the original show much better. That being said, there are some good things and some bad things. One of which is there's the Batmobile and the Batwing coming out. They look incredible, and they work with the actual figures that come in the line. So there's not so you can actually get into the Batmobile or the Batwing, and it's awesome. They're huge. They're massive. I would get them if I had place to display them easily. A friend of mine, Sammy, was saying I could hang the bat wing from the ceiling, and it's like, if you ever come over to my house and you look at how tall the ceiling is, you're gonna quickly be like, that's not an option. You'll understand right away it's not an option. And having a Batmobile this big, again, I don't have the shelf space for it because I'm using the shelf space for other things. So I don't have the space for it. They look great, so I'm just gonna have to pass. I just don't have a place to put them. Same with the TIE Fighter. It's like, it looks cool. I would love to get it. Part of me wants to slap a big G2 logo on it, paint part of it orange, and throw G2 Hooligan into it because I think that would be hilarious. But again, I don't have the space to put it. There's nowhere to put it. I'm trying to come up with more areas to put shelves on, because right now it's like my Star Wars and Marvel Legends and Predator figures are all sharing one shelf. All my Devastator figures and stuff are over on that shelf. things reviewed are there. Yeah, I just did this whole thing, but I got my G2 shelf up top here. Autobots, Decepticons. I mean, I've got tons. He does not belong there. I just noticed he was sitting there. I was like, anyway. So yeah, they look great, but not for me. Batman Beyond. I will pick that up, and that might end up get me into the whole line, and I might end up buying a whole bunch of these Batman animated figures. But I've always been a huge fan of Batman Beyond. He's finally getting a figure that looks good, looks like the animated show, and doesn't have some sort of stupid fucking gimmick like all the original Batman Beyond figures did. It's like they couldn't release a regular Batman Beyond figure. They had to do one where it's like you press the legs and his arms do the wacky waving inflatable tube man thing, and then you have a battle damage one where half of him is red with outlines, and then you get another like battle sick one where it's green, and then fighting. I always hated that about Batman and Spider-Man for that matter, is that it's like, okay, you get a line with Mr. Freeze, so now you have to have Ice Suit Batman, Ice Suit Robin, Ice Suit Batgirl, and then you have to have half frozen Batman, half frozen Batgirl, half frozen Robin, you have this line of like 20 figures, and there's one bad guy in the whole fucking line. Same goes with Spider-Man. You get Spider-Man, and it's like, okay, let's say the theme is Venom. Okay, Venom is the main villain in this set. So you got Venom, and you got Spider-Man. Then you got Black Suited Spider-Man. And then you got Anti-Symbiote Spider-Man. And then you got Battle Damage Spider-Man. And then you got Peter Parker Spider-Man with Sonic Gun so that he can fight the Venom symbiote. And then you got Captain America. Why? Who knows? Because they didn't want to throw another villain into the series. I always hated that. So it's really nice to finally get a Batman Beyond figure that looks like it's pretty posable. Looks like it's at scale with the Marvel Legends. I don't know how well the detailing will go because one's purposely not sculpted very well so it could fit the animated show. So I'll probably have to find another shelf. But anyway, looks good. I'm definitely going to pick that up. And hopefully it's not so good that I'm sitting there like, oh, I want to get this and this and this and this and this. So hopefully it's not that good. Anyway, let's see. There's a whole bunch of like RID shit. Yay! Victorian pictures. I gotta ask what the hell's going on with that. Seriously, that has been so long since they announced that figure and since they showed teaser pictures of it. And it's still not out. I mean, really, what is going on with that? I mean, it's just fucking repaints. Let's see. There was some Marvel Legends stuff. So that's cool. I know there's a whole bunch of them coming, and I don't know. I can't remember what everything was because a lot of it was just kind of like, oh, cool, I might pick that up. And that's not something I should be saying with certain figures. Like there's a Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave, which is a repaint of the Dormammu wave that came out San Diego Comic-Con, I think, last year. Or maybe the year before. So it's like, woo! I've never been a big Doctor Strange fan, never been a huge Dormammu fan, so it's like these kind of things don't really interest me. There's a X-Men wave, finally. That one I'm excited for. I will pick up every single one of those figures. And they're saying that they have not announced what the Build-A-Figure for that one is going to be, but A few months back, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, somebody leaked an image of the Rogue. So I already knew that there was going to be an X-Men line. I didn't know who was going to be in the X-Men line. But they showed a picture of the Rogue. With that picture of the Rogue, there was an Onslaught helmet. Original Onslaught. Which makes me think that the Build-A-Figure for this line is going to be Onslaught. Not creepy Spider Onslaught or whatever the hell the first Marvel Legends one. Not Red Skull Onslaught. Regular Onslaught. That would be cool. There's another Spider-Man wave. I know there's like another Spider-Man coming out, and then the Miles Morales Spider-Man coming out, and stuff like that. And all I could say is, yay. Yeah. And Hobgoblin, he's coming out. Now, typically this is where I'd say, oh my god, it's a Hobgoblin figure. I'm really excited, but it's a tattered Hobgoblin with like the teeth and stuff like that. And it's like, we've already seen that. We've already gotten that. Every single time they do the Hobgoblin, they got to do the tattered look. I think one time in the past, like 20 years, like literally last 20 years, one time has there been a Hobgoblin that looks like Hobgoblin 1. There's a major difference between Hobgoblin 1 and Hobgoblin 2. Hobgoblin 1 had the pristine outfit, cape that would go down to the boots, hood that went over his face so you could barely see it. And there's only been one of those. There's been a number of the little tattered ones, tattered Hobgoblins. And that's not what I want in a Hobgoblin figure. I want Hobgoblin 1. And then I'll worry about getting Hobgoblin 2. I've got Hobgoblin like 1800 or whatever it is, with the wings. Whatever. It's a good figure, or it's a decent figure, but should have just been a regular release figure. And it's just same thing goes with the Green Goblin. I want a regular, original Green Goblin. I don't want tattered look. I don't want weird body armor Green Goblin or the Goblin King, whatever you want to call him. I don't want it. I just want the original versions of the character. And Hobgoblin 1 was the best version of all the goblins put together, and that's why I want a new version of him. There's a comic book store that has one from the Spider-Man wave years and years and years and years and years back. And that one is it's selling for like $50-$60 there. So I might have to go pick that up. But don't get me wrong, the Hobgoblin looks good, just not the Hobgoblin I want. I wish they would just give me the Hobgoblin I want, because that's the regular Hobgoblin and everybody loves that Hobgoblin. Demon-possessed Hobgoblin, whatever. Just give us a fucking Demo Goblin. But on the plus side, though, with this Hobgoblin body, it looks like, he's got all the sculpted scales going down. So with that, perhaps they'll be able to utilize that body and be able to make more goblins down the line, which would be really cool, because I would love to get some more goblins. I want a shelf of goblins. I would love to have a shelf of goblins, finally, after all these years. All right, let's start. Let's see, there was the Ninja Turtle figures coming out. Those look good, but not really my cup of tea. My brother's cup of tea, for sure. So let's get into Transformers. We saw some better pictures of the Chrome Dome. I will say it looks good. It looks like it shares a lot of engineering from Breakdown, was it? Dead End. Looks like it shares a lot of engineering with him. Does he look great? No. Does it look good? Yeah. For Hasbro, it looks good. I mean, I'm definitely going to pick a lot of this line up just so that I can review it. And part of me is a little excited, but I'm not sitting there like, oh man, this is going to be great. It's more of a, all right, let's see what they can do here. Let's see here. Mind Wipe. Okay, Now, I was listening to the SCU podcast last night. They actually brought this up. Mind Wipe. And how a lot of people were saying it looked better than the Fans Project one, and those people are idiots. Well, I guess I'm an idiot because I think it looks better than the Fans Project one, because the Fan Project one, I just did not like having the big wings out the back. I liked the figure at first, but after I just sat there and looked at it for a while, I was just like, it doesn't quite sit right with me. So this one actually looks better, in my opinion. I'm probably going to be horribly wrong, because I said I said the Stunticon set last year when they showed some of it off at the San Diego Comic-Con, and I said, oh yeah, that's going to be great. Maybe it just needs a little work because it's an early render. And it's like, no. That's exactly how it came out. So I think the Mind Wipe looks alright. Scourge looks like a piece of shit. Seriously, why? Blur looks decent, but whatever. Skull Cruncher looks alright. I'd say it looks better than the Fans Project one. But that's more along the lines that these guys look a little bit more like the G1 selves, and Fans Project looks like Fans Project figures. So, yeah. Different. The Hardhead looks... my note said the Hardhead looks great. I didn't think he looked that great. He looked okay. Sentinel Prime looks like shit. I'm sorry. I wrote down he looks okay, but honestly, the Sentinel Prime looks like shit. It's just an excuse to get a repaint out of Astro Train before Astro Train even comes out. That's what it is. Same thing as the Optimus Prime out of Motormaster mold last year. So we're going to start getting all these repaints over and over and over and over again. And it's going to get really irritating really fast, and I'm going to get really pissed off. The Legends Wheelie looks actually really good. I will definitely be picking that up, and I will put it in my collection, because that will sit better in my collection than the X-Transbot piece of shit. The Fortress Maximus does look great. Most definitely looks like a heavy retooling of Metroplex. So I don't think we got anything new coming here. He just looks like the same fucking thing. A heavy retool here and there, but you could tell some parts, like the forearms, the hands, the feet, the way the feet look like they transform, the way the shins look like they transform. You can tell that that's all taken from Metroplex. So Power Master Prime, that one looks awesome. It's gonna have issues galore, I'm sure. Wish it was a Power Master, not a Headmaster. But yeah, I will definitely be picking that up, because I loved my Power Master Prime when I was a kid. I thought that was great. But okay, Platinum Edition Hot Rod with Junkions. Okay. Awesome. It just really, this is what you guys can come up with for the Platinum set this year? Why not just release a box set of Junkions? It'd be really cool if you could do a box set of Junkions, and then they include 3 different heads, like in the box. So you got the Junkions there, and then you have 3 separate heads. So that would make me want to buy 2 sets. If I was still collecting Chug, I would want to buy 2 of the sets so that I can have one with each head. So then I would have 6 Junkions to go with the original Junkions I would have already had. Junk Heap and Scrap Head and Rekgar. So it's like, that right there would have been worthwhile, because now I would have 9 Junkions with different heads. I think that would be pretty cool. The Hot Rod has been utilized way too many times. He's in all sorts of different sets, so it's like, why do him again? He's already been done. You know, he was regular release, Hidke release, United release, Battle in Space release with Cyclonus, Battle in Space with Cyclonus and Galvatron, and then Sons of Cybertron with Optimus. Then there was a clear set. On and on and on and on and on. And now he's getting released again with Junkions. It's like... then there's another Platinum that comes with Scourge, Sweep, and Cyclonus. So you got 2 Scourges coming out this year. One that's you got 3 essentially. You got the Sweep, you got Cyclonus, and then you have Scourge, and then you have Scourge with the Titans Return. And that's just gonna be ridiculous. And what's even better is that these things all have clear plastic on it. They announced, the big surprise retool of the Blaster figure was going to be Soundwave. Well, no shit. We knew that was going to come. And the Headmasters in general are a huge meh to me. Just meh. Now, in the Shattercast Uncut, the newest episode, Robert D. Said something that I was going to say too myself. So I guess great minds, think alike. Anyway, that it would have been cool that for Titans Returns, rather than having it as everybody Headmasters, it would have been cool if they just did the Masters gimmick. So you had the Power Masters, the Headmasters, and Target Masters. I think there's some other ones, but those main 3, instead of Power Master Prime having a Headmaster, have him have a Power Master that just clicks onto his chest. It doesn't have to do anything. It'd be cool if it did. Maybe it would make sound or something. But I mean, I know they went total cheap on leaders lately. But do something like that. It'd be cool if Metroplex was the double Headmaster, which he is. But it'd also be cool if Power Masters and Target Masters could click onto him, and maybe it would open up new panels or something like that with more guns or something. Yeah, I think that would make it more fun playset for kids, because these are the kids' toys. They do some fan service to us, but they're the kids' toys. So the biggest issue I had with the Toyfair reveals is the fact that we already knew all this stuff. I mean, all of it. There's nothing new released with the Transformers anyway. Nothing. Aside from Wheelie. That one caught me off guard. I was surprised on the Wheelie and pleasantly surprised. But for the rest of it, I gotta say, there's nothing there that really wowed me. Because I already knew it was there. Had they just released all this stuff and had been holding back until Toyfair, and all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, by the way, here's the new line, and it just bam. Then I could definitely be like, all right, I can see this. This is actually pretty cool. But we already seen all of this stuff. Hell, we've already seen other things. We've seen the Brainstorm figure coming out. We've seen teasers of other figures that are coming out in the line. I can't think of them at the moment. But that we've seen it all. So there's nothing really too thrilling going on here. And they said they're going to try and stick to retooling and repainting to a minimum, But we already know that a bunch of the figures are already retools of some other figures, or they're automatically going to get repainted into other figures. So that's a lie. Maybe what they meant by that is maybe they'll stick to 1 or 2 or 3 repaints rather than 8, which would be pretty cool. And that's sad that I think that's going to be cool because I'm tired of seeing 8 repaints of every single fucking figure out there. So yeah, I don't know. The line shows promise. I definitely will be picking them up, just to look at them. Well, I'm not gonna hold my breath thinking this is gonna be the next big thing, because that's what I did with Combiner Wars, and that was really unfortunate that I did that, because I got really excited for Combiner Wars when it was first announced, and because it looked really good when it was first announced, and looking back on it, it's like, yeah, it still looks pretty good. The Superion was awesome. They put their A game out first, and then came the F game. Just it just dropped so quickly. So anyway, so what did you guys see at Toyfair? Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to? Or maybe something from a different line that I didn't mention because I don't collect those, so I didn't really pay attention to them. And I do apologize for that, but it's just, I have a limited amount of time. I keep saying that, but it's true. So I have a limited amount of time, and with that limited amount of time, I can't sit there and read news and wait for pictures on figures and lines I don't care about. So I didn't say anything about Star Wars figures because I'm quickly losing interest in the toys. Just because, it's like, yay, Star Wars toys. I don't know. I'm just, they're there. I'm just kind of like losing it. I'm not as excited as I am for Marvel characters that I know more of, because a lot of the Star Wars figures that they're coming out with are, I think some of them are going to be from other fiction. So all I can say is, good for you, good for the people that collect it, but I'm not buying them. I don't want things from different collections. I don't. Anyway. So yeah. I still have to go to work. So I guess that's it. Yeah. So what are you guys' thoughts on it? Did I miss something very interesting, or did I skim over something you want me to go over a little bit more, or whatever? So yeah, I guess that's it.